Let's talk about SI4 or small intestine 4, wrist bone, source Yuan point. Location on the ulnar border of the hand between the fifth metacarpal bone and the carpal bones, on the border of the red and white skin. How to find SI4? On the ulnar aspect of the hand, palpate along the shaft of the fifth metacarpal bone in a proximal direction until the finger glides over the curvature of the base and into the cleft between the metacarpal and carpal bones. SI5 is located on the same line, proximal to the pisiform bone and at the level of the wrist crease. Needling vertically 0.3 to 0.5 soon. Caution, this is also a painful point. Actions, indications of SI4, clears pathogenic factors from the Tai-Yang channel, clears damp heat in the small intestine. Special feature, Yuan-Source point. SI4 is mostly used for channel problems of the small intestine, extending its influence to the wrist, elbow, and neck. It is therefore used for painful obstruction syndrome of the wrist or elbow. In spite of its being the source point, SI4 is not much used for internal problems of the small intestine, for which the lower C, which is stomach 39, the front collecting or the front moot, RAN4, or the back shoe points, bladder 27, would be preferred. An empirical use of SI4 is for hypochondrial pain, cholecystitis, and jaundice from damp heat obstructing the gallbladder. Summary: SI4 removes obstructions from the channel, like contraction of fingers, wrist pain, contraction of arm and elbow, stiff neck, pain in the shoulder, headache, pain in the lateral ribs. Resolves damp heat, as in jaundice, febrile disease. SI4 is the Yuan-Source point of the small intestine channel. Its main clinical application is in the treatment of contraction, stiffness, and pain along the entire length of the channel, including the hand, elbow, arm, shoulder, neck, and back. It is one of the main points, along with LI5, Sanjiao 3, and SI7, to treat disorders of all the 5 fingers, especially when characterized by contraction and pain. SI4 has a specific effect in the treatment of swelling at the opposite end of the channel, especially the neck, cheek, and submandibular region. Like all the previous points of this channel, it is also indicated in the treatment of tinnitus, reflecting the pathways of the small intestine, primary, and sinew channels which enter the ear. This is an example of the use of acupuncture points to treat disorders of the channel rather than underlying Zang-Fu disharmony, and SI4 may therefore be used in tinnitus due to any etiology. SI4 is specifically indicated in combination to treat pain and swelling of the submandibular region radiating to the ear and giving rise to tinnitus. SI4 has been found to be empirically effective in the treatment of different kinds of jaundice, whether due to damp heat or cold damp, as well as pain of the lateral costal region with inability to catch the breath. This action cannot be easily explained either by reference to the channel pathway or to the functions of the small intestine. Combinations: for contraction of the 5 fingers with inability to flex and extend, we combine SI4 with SJ3. For pain of the shoulder and arm, SI4 plus SI11. Pain of the submandibular region giving rise to tinnitus and difficult hearing, SI4 plus SI5, SI9, GB43, and GB44. Toothache and tooth decay, we combine SI4 with stomach 7, stomach 5, and SJ17. For pain of the lateral costal region with inability to catch the breath, SI4 plus SI5. And finally, for spleen deficiency jaundice, SI4 plus RAN12. Thank you for listening.